recording. Let me start streaming. And welcome everybody to the drum stream. This week we have special guest Greg Lewis in the house today. Wave, Greg. Yeah. And we're live here from Long Beach, California, from Reno, Nevada, and Brandon's computer is being slow as I see on my screen over here. So we are just waiting for some people to populate. We have a lot on the docket today. As we wait for the chat to populate, Greg, I just want to ask you what's filling your bucket lately, man.
Oh, what's filling my bucket? A lot actually. I'm pretty thankful to be as busy as I have been. Oh, and here comes Brandon right
The
now.
man with the plan, Brandon. What up, dude?
There he is.
What up, Wesley? What up, Justin? Man, Wesley's up here with this cat emoji. That's a baller cat emoji.
Amazing. I actually can't see the chat. How do I see this chat here?
It's right here on the screen, bro. The screen I'm sharing.
It's interesting. It says Matt's sharing the screen, but I just see a black screen.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
why don't I just try it again?
Okay. Yeah, because if Wesley's in the chat, then I mean, I definitely.
Okay, can you see that now?
Oh, there we go.
All right, yeah. What up, guys? What up, Wesley? Again, we are live here with Greg Lewis, all the way from Reno, Nevada, and Brandon coming in hot from Austin, Texas. And I'm your host, Matthew Elton Smith, all the way from the beach, Long Beach.
Yes.
For anyone that cares, I don't take it easy. Okay. So, Greg, yeah, tell us what's filling your bucket, man.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that I'm grateful to be as busy as I've been. Currently a grad student over at Cal Arts. I know the dude here, Matt, is a Cal Arts alum, and I think that's actually where we met. I think I met you in Tatum.
Yeah.
The Tatum Lounge. But yeah, the Cal Arts remote experience has been keeping me busy. Actually, I've been really enjoying collaborating with people remotely, doing lots of recording and composing for different projects. Got a couple short films that I'm working on some scores for, so I'm really stoked on that. And just hanging in there, just trying to keep the energy positive and take advantage of this time to practice and listen to music. Catching up on a lot of albums that I.
Hey, Greg, it's a little hard to hear you, I guess. So that's the chat. So yeah. Oh yeah, get right on that thing, baby.
Let me get right on there. Is that a little better? And I'll turn up the mic too.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool. Yeah, I was just.
We got Cam in the chat and this Dante Dizzy in the chat. What up, y'all? Ricky, much better. They say that's good.
Cool. Yes. Awesome. I'll be sure to get right up on there. Yes, I've been staying busy though. I was just kind of giving that general. Trying to keep the energy positive, keep practicing, keep listening to music, and trying to stay inspired, as we all are.
Man, it's what a great thing there. What about you, Brandon? What's filling your bucket, man? You got a new drum set.
Yeah, I got a new drum set. My album, I'm still just working on that, just working on my album and composing, rehearsing. I'm getting ready for a show this Friday. It's gonna be a social distance show, but
that's in Austin.
Yeah, it's at Sahara Lounge.
Wow.
It's just like this little really cool bar in East Austin. It kind of like by the air. It's like in its own little area.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just like grateful to be collaborating as well, remotely, but I think I've just been even more grateful to be able to work on this new record, even though things are kind of not, what they used to be.
Sure.
I'm gonna be South by Southwest official online.
Whoa. Wow. Yo, congrats, man. Dang.
Yeah.
Let's give you some claps for that one, dude. That's insane. Here they come.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
First South by online, so
Dang.
So, are you normally involved with South by Southwest since they're out there?
So 2019 was my first South by Southwest like
And I'm sure those connections
Oh,
you'll get to be in person, you know, in the
yeah.
coming years. Hopefully, we'll all be there. I've always wanted to go to South by
Have you
Southwest.
been?
I haven't, no,
Oh
but
man,
it's on the bucket list for sure.
it's crazy. I feel like a lot of people really take that. Well, everybody dreads South by. I feel like because the traffic, the people, the influx of
And I'm
people.
sure those connections
But
you'll get to
it's really
be in
beautiful, man.
person, you know, in the coming years. Hopefully, we'll all be there. I've always wanted to go to South by
Have you
Southwest.
been?
dude, you
Oh,
guys,
Matt.
I am,
No,
I
but
am, I am
it's
going
on the
crazy
bucket
over
list for
here.
sure.
Everything with my
It's
audio is
crazy.
like freaking out.
I feel like a lot of people
I'm
really
so sorry.
take that. Well,
Let's go
It's
I
all
hear
good.
started. Wow.
everybody dreads South by. I feel like because
Dang.
of the traffic. I'm like
Wow.
listening to my voice. Like
Wow, y'all.
it's really
Matt, can you jump into the chat and give a quick like update or something?
Yeah, yeah, we're working on it. Um, fuck, fucking a. Excuse me, excuse my French, y'all. Um,
It's all good.
uh,
I'm like listening to my voice.
I'm gonna jump into the chat.
yeah, hit the chat real quick.
And give a quick like update or something.
Yeah, yeah, we're working on it. Working on it. Fuck. Excuse me, excuse my French, y'all.
It's always something new every week.
Dude, yeah, it's time
Wesley
for.
said that he could hear us a little bit now. I'm gonna jump into the chat.
Yeah, hit the chat real quick.
Do you hear the replay of your voice, Greg?
I hate it. I hate hearing that.
I know it's so fucking cringe, right?
Right. It's the worst. I have the worst voice.
No.
We all have the worst.
Why is it playing back?
We all have
Okay. Are we in?
Are we back? Are we back?
I think
Wesley,
we're
tell
back.
something.
Wow. I can hear you
Cool.
guys. Got some lag echo. Okay. Wow. I think
I
we're
think
back.
All right. Well, we owe the folks a joke right now.
Oh, dude, I got a joke, but we gotta make sure to say what up to the Bedum Trophy winner himself, Preston Harper from last week. this
Uh,
the Preston won last week. That was such a fun time. And
Oh,
for
yeah.
the chat, let us know that we're back. That would help us out a lot. Major lag.
I see a yee.
I see a yee as well. I think we're back. Hope we're back.
Cool.
Man,
cool.
we got let's just shout out the chat out real quick. We got Caleb, Cam, Dante, Dizzy, Evar's Club, Faith, Greg, of course, Justin, Jules, Ricky, Wesley, oh, and Jacob, and Zuma Zero. Yeah. Preston Chad Harper.
Yes.
Do you know Preston, Cam? That'd be really cool if you did. Small ass world. Anyway, wow. Okay. Thank you all for, I think the chat and everyone here is the best in the world for sticking around through that catastrophe. Wow. Okay. So Let me regain.
It's all good. It's all good, Matt. You're the goat. You handled it like a boss.
Happening. We're back, y'all. Thank you for being. And we do want to tell the chat that we're doing, or Greg is doing, a cannabis giveaway today. Why don't you tell them about that, Greg?
Yeah. So got some cannabis lanyards. Really, really excited about them. They're sweet. They're really stylish, and we're gonna give away a couple lanyards. All you have to do is hang with us, stay active in the chat. Whoever's in the chat and is being active and and friendly with us, you can't be a jerk. But we're gonna pick someone and you'll get some lanyards. So hang out if you can, and we're just excited to have y'all here today. I'm excited to be here. This is too cool. So Matt, Brandon, thanks so much for having me, and stick around for those lanyards.
Absolutely. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Cannabis, for kicking it on the show. Cannabis also reposted the flyer, which is so sick. So,
wow,
totally,
yeah,
that's awesome.
That is a good thing. So,
those are some good people. I've been really, really grateful to be in the circle with those people and getting to know them. They're based in Tokyo, and most of the people I'm communicating with are in Tokyo. So it's just been really cool to make some friends out there and kind of start to see what's going on out there. And hopefully I'll get to travel there someday.
I have dreams about Tokyo.
Yeah,
it's not a Alan Holdsworth pun, I swear. But
or a Thundercat pun, right?
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's about that time, you guys. You know what time it is? Time for the drum news. Woo-hoo. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
The drum news. So this week in the drum news, you guys, it's pretty big. And if you're a big fan of A&F, you're going to like this one. A&F, the famous metal drum company, not metal music. They actually make their drums out of aluminum, copper, you name it. A&F is launching a hardware line this week, and it's really, really encouraging if you want to keep with your vintage look. And they're selling a nice snare stand for just about $160, and cymbal stands from $169 to $180, which is really cool. So check out A&F. They also have a cool bass drum converter and a bunch of other interesting stuff. Thanks, Carson. I love that intro as well. And I thought this was really interesting for everyone that's into math, for instance. But as we have Greg here, which is Greg, I'm gonna pinhole you for a sec as a quasi math rock drummer. With DW is releasing a piccolo snare that has 14 by 3.14. They're calling it the Pi Piccolo, which is very very cool. It comes with 20 snare wires, true hoops. You can pick this snare up for a low price of $600 to $800. And if you want to get that cracked snackle and pop, that crack snapple and pop in your snares, probably a pretty cool collector's snare for y'all that want to get into that type of stuff. We also like to keep you expeditiously. Let's go. We're also still peeping that 200 cymbals that have been released by Zildjian from their vault, from the Armand Zildjian vault, which is pretty cool. I would assume your local drum shop has at least one or two. Go check those out. And I thought this was the greatest thing ever. 1964, February 9th, today, the Beatles came over and played on the Ed Sullivan Show, which brought light to the Ludwig Black Oyster Pearl kit.
Yes.
The next day, that kit sold out on every shelf in every drum company in America, which is hilarious because the lore behind the Beatles kit, every big band has their endorsees, and the word went that Beatles actually were going to be endorsed by that company Trixon. You know, that one with it looks like a melted bass drum head.
Whoa.
So
I had no idea.
They were going between that kit and this kit, but just think if they would have went with that other kit, I don't think anyone would have bought that kit. So, very
That's
interesting
pretty
piece
cool.
of drum news and drum history today on the drum news. And it's also nice to note that Big Fat Snare Drum, for everyone that's out there loves Big Fat Snare Drum, I love me a Big Fat Snare Drum, is having a pretty good competition where you just enter your email and your life and your stuff, but you can get entered into a full set of SE Electronics drum mics, plus a studio bundle of Big Fat Snare Drum stuff. I entered this morning. I thought it was pretty cool. I have a special email for all my entries like that, as I'm sure many of you do. So go check that out on the Big Fat Snare Drum website. So that's some global drum news. What about some local drum news? I know, Greg, maybe we can kind of dive into your Canopus kit, man. What's good with your Canopus kit?
The Canopus kit is doing well. You could see it behind me a little
Ooh.
bit.
Ooh, it's looking
And
good.
yeah, it's beautiful, and I'm really happy with it. I've been, like I said, I'm recording every day for all kinds of different projects, so I'm constantly messing with the tuning and messing with the heads, and I've had nothing but good luck so far. I'll throw some clear emperors on there and tune them nice and low and get some really fat sounds if I'm recording some heavier hitting music. And I got the 12 by 8 and the 14 by 13 floor toms. So they're small toms, but they get a really big sound. And then crank them up for my drum lessons with Joe LaBarbera, because we're working on all that bebop vocabulary and all that. So
Shout out
you
Joe.
know,
Shout out Joe.
shout outs to Joe. We
Shout out
definitely
all
got
the
it.
Joe students in the chat.
Yes. Oh yeah. So when it's time for that Joe lesson, I crank him back up, and he's, oh man, those are sounding great.
Yeah, Greg, those sound real good.
Yeah. So I could tune them up in 2 minutes before my lesson, and they're back to to where I need them to be, and they sound just beautiful.
Wow.
The kick drum is awesome, super fat. And I've been trying to dial in my recording techniques, messing with my bass drum mic and the placement and all that, and figuring out how much punch versus how much tone I want and all that. And so I've been just having a blast with these drums.
Yeah.
And shout outs to Stack Ring Percussion, because
Hey.
I every time I'm messing with those, I find a new little application for them, whether it's like throwing them all on one drum or kind of like spreading them out throughout my cymbals or anything like that. That's just kind of changed my whole sound. So
Man.
I'm really, really stoked on those.
Yeah, how did you get those Stack Ring Percussion things again?
Oh, I'll tell you how I did. The drum stream asked for a groove in 5, and I made a groove in 5, and I was lucky enough to be chosen as the winner of that week's contest.
Wow.
And it's not like, oh, I performed better than anyone else. It was just, it was a good community hang, and I happened to be chosen as the winner. But you know what? Everyone's got to enter in on these contests because it's so much fun.
With that said, Greg, maybe we can talk about this week's challenge. We have a 7/4 challenge, and you're gonna tag the drum stream 740. We're asking everyone to submit a 7/4 groove by next week, and we'll pick a winner on the stream next weekend. You will win, if chosen, some of my costs. This is the week and the month that we're going to give away a bunch of costs. So just like Greg, make sure you enter this contest and find your good 7/4, any type of 7/4, 7/8, 7/16, however you want to displace it. That's a good pun. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yes.
So what about you, Brandon? Let's talk about your new CNC, man. That thing is beautiful, first off.
Well, like Greg, I have a 13 by 14 on it. I was gonna ask, did you ask for the 14 by 13, or it just comes like that?
So it comes, the kit that I chose comes with a 14 by 13, and I was gonna ask them to make it 14 by 14, but then I thought, you know what? Let me just check this out and see how I like it. And it sounds great,
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think the next investment for me is I'm gonna have to grab a 16 by 14 or a 16 by 16 next, because I need that big fat floor tom But this is definitely doing the job for me. I'm really stoked on it.
Yeah, I asked for the 14 by 13. I got a 18 by 12 kick, and I got a 12 by 8. And
Yes.
I'm really, I don't know, man. This kid is like, it's a maple, poplar maple. It's
Hmm.
got baseball bearing edges, so the bearing edges are rounded off. And I'm waiting on my 5 by 14 abalone mahogany poplar mahogany snare.
Hmm.
Oh, I was
And
wondering why that wasn't in your videos. I'm like, dude, he didn't put the
they
snare in
they
there.
they they're waiting for the single flange hoops.
Uh,
I got it in single flange, and those are kind of like rare. So
so they just
that's
put a different set of hoops on it for the picture,
it,
huh?
yeah. For the I said I told them I wanted them to post just like the snare with the triple flange for the clout, and then and then just because I needed that, and then yeah, they're gonna send it to me with single flange hoops, which I
Heck
like
yeah.
a lot better.
Yeah, throw a good emoji in the chat if you like single flange hoops, baby. That's what's up. I call them stick breakers, stick shredders.
I honestly, and then like honestly, man, the tuning range on this kid is just like I don't even know, man. Like you tune it low all the way down, you tune them low, and they sound like bigger drums. But if you tune them high, bop tuning, like they sound exactly how you would think they would sound.
Hmm.
And then I love the maple poplar because with the baseball bat edges, because it's like they sing enough, but they don't have overtones that are like disgusting at all. Like I could play this kit open, and I can't say that about a lot of kits.
Mm.
I don't like playing a lot of kits open. That's just kind of I feel like sometimes kits that are a little bit too open, too much, like just have too much thinness to it. You know what I'm saying? It's usually like the more expensive bop kits that don't have ugly overtones. You could
Mm.
crank it up and the overtone's pretty nice and balanced. But like I played other kits where it's just like too wild for me. I don't know.
You know,
I like really dark woods, dead woods, because when you tune them bop, it's very like balanced. It's for me. I don't know,
hmm you know,
but
Cam had an interesting question. That's something that I don't know either. Like, yeah, what is the difference between like a single flange, triple flange? You know, I can tell the difference between like a die cast hoop and a something else, but like, what is the
is this
difference?
too much? Is this too much? Can you go on Google real quick and
Uh,
screen here? Is that too much?
yeah, it's too much, man. My computer's
Okay.
gonna die.
Oh, okay. Single flange. The hoop is kind of like thinner and a little bit taller, and it has metal claws that connect into the. So like you know how you have your bass drum hoop, right?
Mm.
And it has like the claw at the end. You put the screw in and then connect it to the lug and then screw it down, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So single flange is like that, but like metal to metal contact on like a regular drum,
Oh,
on like the snare.
so
Yeah.
does that like increase the resonance of the drum, or does it decrease, or what?
It increases the resonance of the drum.
Okay.
You could get more tone out of it that way. Um and it's also just like a more I like the way it feels better and looks really too. It feels way different than a triple flange. Your rim shots are a lot more gnarly. They do call the single flange stick eaters, but
Stick eaters. That's the one.
I don't, I don't really care, to be honest. I still really prefer that
Mm-hmm.
sound. It's like a really, like a lot of those like James Brown records, a lot of those like metal snares, those funk snares from back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
like those crank dead snares, like single flange.
Got it.
It
Well,
gives it like it's like a Slingerland thing too on those snares.
sure, because I have an old Slingerland snare. It's from like the 50s, and it must have the single phalange because they're kind of rounded over too. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome, Cam. No problem. So, man, you guys, it's about that time. Let's get one of these happening.
Crank our snares.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is too cool.
So cranking
This
our
is too
snares,
cool.
you guys. We're not asking for much, but we're asking for some donations each and every week to keep the lights on here at the drum stream. You can go to our About section on our Twitch page, and there's a donate bar. You can donate there. Goes up to subscription services, web hosting, the typical stuff, just to keep the lights on here. We're not going to ask you that too much today, and so thank you guys for that, and we're going to keep going. But with that said, I think, Greg, it's a good time to kind of start up with this good old interview here. Something I wanted to know is, just first and foremost, like, how'd you start playing drums?
That's a good question, Matt. And again, I just want to thank you and Brandon for having me. It's really an honor to be here.
You're our best guest
yet.
Most quaint guest.
Right. Well, thank you so much. This is really cool. I'm so stoked for what y'all are doing here, and the community is so cool. So, I was born into a family of musicians. My dad is a professional pianist and performer, and has played in all kinds of bands and has made his living performing. And so I grew up in that kind of environment, listening to all kinds of music, Beatles, Stevie Wonder, all the good stuff, and Coltrane for sure. Anyways, like I said, my dad's a pianist, and so I got started on the piano, taking lessons around like age 6. And I love playing piano. I still do. But once I kind of got into that like middle school kind of rebellious phase, I was like, you know what? I don't want to go to piano lessons anymore. Mm-hmm. And my parents said, well, you got to do something. You got to take some lessons or do something. And my brother, who plays guitar, he's a couple years older than me. He started to have a little band that would come over and practice, and his drummer would bring his drum set. And I just jumped on that kit when they were done rehearsing, and started going for it. I was probably like 10, and I was just, this is it. This is it.
Dang.
And
so you're younger brother.
So I'm the younger brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the older brother. Yeah. So I don't have any of those stories. This is awesome. Okay, keep going.
Oh yeah. I was thinking about like my relationship with my older brother, and how, he's about 5 years older than me. So I think this is a pretty common little sibling thing, but like,
dude, I'm 5 years older than my brother.
That's crazy.
This is
That's
interesting.
Crazy.
Keep going.
Yeah. I was just thinking about this is kind of trailing off, but how like I would always listen to what my brother listens to. Like if he had a new favorite band, that was my new favorite band. But
sure,
there's a sense of freedom when you finally break away from that, and I got into metal when I was like 13, and he didn't like metal that much. And so that was when I had this confidence of like, wow, I could listen to whatever I want, and play whatever I want. Anyways, that was just a thought I had recently. Just that moment of like when you discover a band on your own, instead of somebody kind of like just, because your brother or your best friend listens to it, you have to listen to it. Anyways, let's get back to the story. So started playing the drums around age 12. Actually, maybe around age 10. Got my first drum kit at 11, and that was the Rockwood. Shout outs to anyone who had a Rockwood by Hohner. That was like the starter Hohner kit.
Hohner kit. What?
Hohner. Yeah. Do you remember Hohner?
Bro, I have a Hohner bass.
No way.
Straight up.
That's so cool.
Yeah. But that's insane.
I got the Hohner, and the first song I played, I threw my headphones on and I played a song called "Outsider" by Green Day. I think it was off of Kerplunk.
Was that before Dookie or after Dookie?
That was. Oh shoot! Was that before Dookie?
I never heard of Kerplunk, so that must be before Dookie.
I think it is. But I mean, I played every Green Day album, like as soon as I got that drum kit, and just had so much fun, and started kind of like putting little bands together with my friends and my neighbors, and playing Green Day songs, Beatles songs, and just like, I'm thankful to have kind of gotten into, collaborating and playing with people when I was super young. So by the time I was like 13, I had like a straight up band. We were playing shows, and so the bar mitzvah comes around 2007.
What age is bar mitzvah?
13.
Okay.
So I turned 13. I get that bar mitzvah out of the way, and my gift was a Pearl Export.
Ooh.
And it was the 2007 limited edition with an extra 8x10 rack tom.
I always thought those were so funny, dude. That when they have the 8s instead of the 16 or something.
Yeah,
You know, it's
definitely.
like, oh, Pearl. Come on. What am I gonna do with this 8? Do you still have the 8?
I do. My speaker monitor is on
See?
the 8 right now.
No one uses the fucking 8.
It's mounting my. I have two toms mounting my speakers up.
Oh.
But yeah, I love that kit. I use those of you who know me know that I play that Pearl kit all the way up until I got this Canopus kit.
Have I played that Pearl kit?
Yeah, it's like the blue.
That's the one we played at All-Star Lanes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's a
dude.
Legendary kit.
Wow.
It sounds so good too.
It still sounds good. Yeah, yeah.
Wesley knows about that bass drum. It's really nuts. It sounds so good. But yeah, yeah, I guess long story short, my dad and my brother were super inspirational people for me, as they were for all of us and our family and our siblings and all that. But I definitely wouldn't be playing music without them and without their support and the support of my family. So yeah, that's the story, I guess.
But you
that's the
stopped at
short
13,
version.
dude. So like.
Oh, I stopped at 13. Well, that was it. I mean,
And then you
that's
just
when
got
I
the Pearl,
peaked.
and then it was.
I,
And then it's
I
just like,
peaked.
yeah, ready to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had the bar mitzvah, got the Pearl kit, and that was it. And then I retired. No,
Over.
no. Let's get into it a little more. So,
What'd you do in high school? Did you play drumline?
yes. High school.
Did
This
you
is
like
where it gets
DCI?
fun. Yes, I marched DCI actually.
What'd you march?
I marched snare with Santa Clara Vanguard Cadets.
What?
Yes.
What? SCV?
Yes. SCV
What
one
year?
season.
What year?
2013. Pull it up on
Dude.
YouTube.
I don't
Did
want
y'all
to.
play-
That's amazing, though.
Did y'all
That
play
is.
double beat?
What's that, Brandon?
Did y'all play that cadence, the SCV double beat? Have you seen that?
We played double beat. We brought some throwbacks. We played Martian Mambo, which is like one of the most gnarly pieces of music I've ever played. But yeah, I was in the let me reiterate though, I was in the Vanguard Cadets. I was in the B Corps. I was not in the A Corps.
Was Chance in the A Corps?
Chance was in the A Corps.
Oh, we got to get Chance on here.
We have to get Chance. Chance is ridiculous. So okay,
He played
let's talk
tenors,
high
huh?
school. Yeah, so Chance and I went to high school together. For those of you who don't know who we're talking about,
That means you went to high school with Anthony, too?
no, Anthony went to another high school.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he went to Fallon, somewhere in Fallon. He was in a good drum line though as well, and I remember seeing Anthony at like local competitions and all that.
Damn.
But yes, I'm glad you asked about that because high school drumline was a really important phase for me. I freshman year jumped in and they threw me on bass drum. You know how it goes. And
No, dude. I got thrown on tenors, bro.
dude, well, good for you because that's rare. No, so I actually feel super thankful that I had this drive. I wanted to play snare so bad, and unfortunately, we lost a snare drummer like during like that first week of band camp, and I was very like I'm proud to think back on this and say that I was like really stern, like, hey, let me join the snare or let me like try out, please, and I had no like technique or chops or anything, but I got together with the center snare and I had drum set chops and I practiced 12 hours a day,
Whoa.
and I was able to jump on the snare line. So I did snare for 4 years. And our drum line was super competitive.
Did you do indoor too?
Believe it or not, we didn't do our indoor program didn't really work out because our school wasn't like big enough to like for us to rehearse. So we focused on like the summer and the fall season. And then during the winter I was, doing other things, doing like concert band and wind ensemble and jazz band.
What'd you play in wind ensemble?
I was a percussionist,
Just
I
like
played,
general like aux percussion, all everything.
exactly.
Count and rest running around.
Oh yeah, running
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But it was all about the marching band for me. Like all 4 years of high school, I never left that band room. I was chopping out. And yeah, we for those of you who are hanging with us, we mentioned this guy Chance Utter. Chance was a junior when I was a freshman, and he was a quad player, and a goofy, funny, ridiculously talented dude, who taught me so much,
Still does.
and still does.
Still
Still
does.
one of my most prominent teachers to this day. But Chance was obsessed with Vanguard. These guys got me in. They pulled me in. They were like, "You got to check out Drum Corps, check out DCI." So we went to the theaters and watched. And Chance could play every Vanguard show, every tenor solo.
Wow.
Spot
Of course
on.
he could. That
And
jerk.
he tries out, and he's 16 years old, and he calls me up and he goes, "Bro, I made it." And I'm the youngest person in the Corps. And I'm just like, "Dude, you're lying to me right now," and he goes and marches Vanguard. 17, he was the youngest person in the whole Corps, I'm pretty sure. And that moment when he did that, I was so just blown away. Like this, like my friend, my next door neighbor, actually, that went and did this. He made it, and that was so encouraging. So the next season, I went and tried out for Sacramento Mandarins. I got a call back, got cut. Went back the next year to Mandarins. Unfortunately, didn't get the spot again. Um, and then I went, you know what? I'm not having much luck over at Mandarins. I'm going to go to Vanguard Cadets and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And I went and auditioned, and I made it. And right on that first audition, they gave me a spot, and I was so pumped. So I just, it was a dream to do DCI, and I only did one season, but it was one of the best summers of my life for sure.
So do you hate the Blue Devils?
You have to hate the Blue Devils if you're not in the Blue
Just
Devils.
had to throw that one out there. Yeah, of course. Dang.
No. Honestly, the thing that I learned about DCI, and about just those kind of competitive musical sports, and this could
way to put
open
it.
up
Good way to put
this
it.
could yeah, this could open up another conversation. Is like, it's not competitive. Like, it's like every corps supports each other. All the members of these corps just have the utmost respect for other corps. There's, I think, maybe with the exception of Blue Devils.
Sure.
But like, I would have friends that would talk crap or talk smack about other groups, and I came back from that summer and I went, you know what? Like, every single person on that field just works their butt off. And, I couldn't take it anymore when people would hate on a drum. It's like you're hating on like these like 17 to 21-year-old kids who were just out there like giving their all to this music and to this sport. And it's an amazing thing, DCI. And
Yeah, very very cool institution for sure.
totally. And I hope they make it out of this, because I think this is going to be 2 summers that DCI doesn't field.
Wow.
So
Didn't think about that.
yeah, it's unfortunate, but someone's got to step up, save the day for them.
Sure. Well, dang,
Yeah.
let's catch up with the chat real quick.
Sure.
We
Yeah.
got Cam, who says middle school jazz really changed my life. Super cool. We all share similar stories in the formative years. Yeah, it's super sick, man. Justin says, for real, I was in a middle school jazz band. Couldn't stop playing drum set until I started in college, but middle school jazz band was a real vibe. Yeah, I think, my middle school jazz band was, I don't know. Maybe you guys have similar stories, but like when I was in middle school jazz band, like, I was I don't know, like, I hate to, no, I'm just gonna say it. I was like one of the better drummers in school, and I was like one of those guys that like the band director was kind of like, he threw me the sing solo,
Yes.
and
yes.
and I don't know, and it was really cool, and I got to play Wipeout in concert band. I mean, it was just one of those, it's nice to have a teacher who, sees the potential and believes in you at that point. And especially in high school and middle school and, school music for that matter is really like, certainly one of the reasons that I came to be who I am now, or like playing, even playing music with friends in those schools,
Definitely.
My high school drum line was mostly chicks. Dante, Dizzy,
That's awesome.
killing. Girl drummers,
Yeah.
girl drummers don't get the respect, man. They're just as good as the dudes. We had
Most definitely.
Kai went on here the other week. We're trying to get more women on this drum stream as well. We have I put out a couple messages this morning. Not gonna say who, but we're trying to get some more ladies on the stream as well. Wow, man. So okay, so let's keep moving. DCI
Yeah.
DCI is killing. For anyone that doesn't know, just look it up, man. Look up Santa Clara Vanguard '89 Phantom Show.
Yeah.
Just-
Yep.
Just do it. It's pretty baller.
Definitely.
So yeah, let's talk about a little bit of CalArts. For anyone that doesn't know, CalArts is a institution in Valencia, California, that is mostly famous for animation, and Pixar picks and chooses their animators out of CalArts. The creator of SpongeBob came from CalArts. They have a pretty unique actor lineage, like
Yep.
Don Cheadle came from CalArts. Nate, and musicals, Nate Wood came from CalArts. Ravi Coltrane went to CalArts. It's a pretty prestigious school for what it is, and Greg and I were both lucky enough to go there. Unfortunately, we didn't pass in the same. I wish we would have overlapped a year. I keep saying in my head that would have been a crazy year. If we were
Totally.
like right next to each other, like I think the collaboration would have been even deeper than it already is,
Totally.
But yeah, Greg reached out to me, and I was I don't want to say like your CalArts like pre-mentor, but it was certainly cool to help you get.
You could say
in
that.
there. All right, I'll say it, man. Yeah, I was Greg's CalArts pre-mentor. I think everyone in CalArts kind of has this person they talked to before, and they field all their questions to, and I was certainly happy enough to do that for Greg. But I still wish we would have overlapped a year. But yeah, tell us about your experience there so far, and especially I'd love you to hit on stuff going into the pandemic and how that's been.
Sure. Well, yeah, Matt, I mean, it would have been amazing if we overlapped, but I think what's so cool about CalArts is even though we didn't, it still feels like we did. It still feels like a family, all the alumni that I've met, it's like the alumni feel equally as much like family to me as like my current, colleagues. Just the amount of people I've been working with, and like the community is so tight. So yeah, just wanted to say that real fast. But yeah, CalArts has been really a dream come true for me. I had heard about the school when I was in my undergrad up here at University of Nevada. And a lot of my teachers and mentors were alumni of CalArts. So it had been on my radar. But yeah, I'll just kind of start. I'd like to start kind of from the perspective of discovering CalArts, and just talk about that for a second. It seemed like it was every week that a CalArts band would come up to Reno and play for the jazz program at UNR, and I was lucky enough to share a lot of shows, a lot of bills with CalArts bands, and I was just like, what is this place? These bands, every single time I'd see a band come through, it would become my new favorite band. Just some unbelievable creative music. So it was on my radar, and I knew I wanted to check it out. So I finished my undergrad and took some time off and did some playing. And
how long did you take off?
I took 2.5 years before I came back.
Okay,
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I finished in the winter of 2016, and then I started in 2018 with my master's.
Cool.
But yeah, when I visited CalArts in October of 2019, yeah, I set up an appointment to meet with Joe LaBarbera, the drum set teacher, and David Roydstein, who's the program director, and both of those meetings were on Monday, and I thought, all right, I'll drive up, I'll see everyone on Monday, and I'll just come back home, because but that one Monday I was exposed to so much incredible art and music, and Joe was like, oh well, if you can come back tomorrow because we got this noon concert happening, and this person. Okay, yeah, I'll come back. So I come back on Tuesday, spend the whole day at Cal Arts just checking things out, and oh well, if you can stick around Wednesday because this is happening. I ended up staying for a full week.
Yeah.
I think I left Friday afternoon.
Yeah, and you can't do that. You can't do that in any school,
You
right?
can't do
I
that.
mean, you
No,
can't just go take the classes at school. They're gonna say like, "Who the hell are you?" and give us some money, you know?
no, I spent a full week like attending classes. I learned like I took like a beginner and introductory tabla lesson, from some of the students there, including Kindwin.
Mm.
And just by the time Friday rolled around, I genuinely didn't want to leave. This is kind of funny. I was standing outside David Roydstein's door waiting for him to get done with a lesson. And I was going to ask him if I could stay, if I could start. And I hadn't even been admitted or anything. I hadn't even applied yet. And I was standing there, and then I went, "This is crazy. I need to go home." So I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not even kidding. I was so in love with the school. So I applied and did it the right way, and I got in, and I'm so grateful. But Cal Arts has been so awesome. My goal when starting, a lot of people go in with very specific goals in mind. Okay, I'm going to start a big band and I'm going to get really into conduction and I'm going to like create this like electronic big band, or like I'm going to,
Right.
focus on film composing.
The statement you submit before.
Yeah,
you read
you
it
have
and
some kind of statement. My statement was really, I just want to get deep. I want to get deeper into music. I want to like rediscover why I love music, why I love performing and collaborating. And that's really what I'm doing. I'm just like exploring the whole school. I'm studying all kinds of world percussion,
Mm-hmm.
collaborating with the dance school, doing improvised, explorations with the dance program. I'm making electronic, ambient scores for animators, and it's been unreal the amount of things I've been exposed to, and just learning, new things. That's all I really wanted out of the school, and obviously I wanted to get better at drum set. So I knew that was going to happen working with Joe, and one lesson in, and like I just feel like 10 times more relaxed on the kit than I ever have.
Yeah, and I feel too you hit on a big one with the collaboration. The collaboration throughout that school is insane. To be able to
Mhm.
collaborate with dancers, filmmakers, animators all under one roof, and most importantly, having someone that wants to do it. And everyone's at the same level, whereas like everyone's trying to get their feet off the ground. Everyone's trying to get cheap stuff done. And hopefully you do enough stuff for people that you build these long lasting friendships and hopefully long lasting collaborations that can go into their professional realm and your professional realm.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been having such a great experience, and when COVID hit, it was obviously we were all heartbroken to see to not see our friends and to kind of be separated. But I had this thought, like, if any school can make this work remotely, it's gonna be Cal Arts. Like, this is gonna be crazy. So I stuck around. I thought about maybe taking a leave of absence, but I'm so glad that I stuck around, because this last year remotely has been really, really interesting, and I've gotten a ton out of it. There's more time to like invest into like what you're doing, because unfortunately the hang is gone. Like at Cal Arts, you get out of a class and it's like, wow, that was so sick. Like, let's go hang and talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's an amazing experience to, just to be hanging with people and talking. But since that aspect is gone, it's like you get out of your meeting or your class and it's like, all right, time to practice, time to record. Let's make this happen. So I think, everyone's found themselves with a little extra time to put into what we're working on.
Themselves,
So
sure.
yeah, themselves. So this has been a great opportunity for me to like put more time into my drum lesson materials, practicing and recording pieces, and listening back to myself, as opposed to just like perform, which is great too, So I've been able to find a lot of positives in this remote experience, and hopefully other people have as well.
That's beautiful, man. I think too, like it's very. I remember when we were talking about it, man. Like I think I was on the side of, nah, just take a year off, like 'cause it's not it's not important, but I'm uh I'm envious at your thought process, and that you could say, okay, no, like if anyone can do this, CalArts can do it. And when I think about it that way, I'm like, yeah, you're actually kind of right. Like if there is any spot, like with the freedom, with the people that have the ability to make the right decisions at the right time, like CalArts is that spot.
Yeah, totally. And so I went halftime. So I'm so grateful. I have one more full year left after this spring. So we're all praying that we can be back on campus
Mm-hmm.
and get that in-person experience again.
So you can still get your year. Or at
Get
least-
my year back. Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, but it's been really really unique and memorable, to say the least, this experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's that's a really beautiful story, Greg, and I'm glad that we got to cover so much. But I know we're still just knee deep here. So let me do a little crank on our snares here at this point in time.
Totally. Crank that snare.
Yeah, that's right. We're trying to raise money here every week. If anyone is feeling tipsy, we have no donations so far today. So we're always asking everyone if they could donate anything. You can go to our About section on our Twitch page, and there's a donate bar there that keeps the lights on here at the Drum Stream. Boom, we're gonna keep it there. And also, I just think this is funny because I have it on my stream deck here. Let's give big ups to Preston last week, who won our Badum trophy last week. Preston is not here, but he will be on the stream. I believe he's going to be on the stream next week, now that I think about it, which is really cool. And now that everyone's here in the chat, we're going to talk about our weekly challenge. The weekly challenge is this week to post a 7/4 groove, tag the Drum Stream 740. Make sure you submit it before the stream next week, and the winner will be selected by Preston next week, and the winner will receive a set of my Kas.
Matt, can you give a quick little demo?
Yeah.
Please, that would be amazing.
So the Kas.
Ooh.
Oh, my favorite one. Let's do it's so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, or this is like the duple, and then I have the 5 over here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can do that too if you enter in and win. Next week's 7/4 challenge. This is our obviously our time to try to get to 740 followers on Instagram. We are, from what I remember this morning, only 8 followers away on Twitch from becoming partner. So if you haven't subscribed or followed us here on Twitch, slam that follow button and get us there. That would be sick. Cool. So now that we got all this stuff out of the way, let's see. What's great about CalArts? Everyone's studying. There are true storytellers on their own right, and you guys really learn to aid one another in telling and propelling each other's stories. Wow, really beautiful. That is cool. I agree. Greg is definitely a snare cranker. Heck yeah. And Faith just drops in some leaves. I don't know what that means, Faith, but
I like it though.
I love it. That's right.
Yeah.
Wow. So, Greg, before we kind of get into some of these bands that you're in, actually no, let's get right into it. You're in a bunch of bands. You're in, most notably, I remember the first band I heard about was Rob Ford Explorer, which I only heard about Rob Ford because this other math rock band from CalArts, Standards, you guys did a big old tour together. And I was super influenced by that tour specifically because of how you guys did it. And if tell me if I'm right, but you guys did it all in one car, or did you guys both use? You guys did a big month-long tour, or am I just making this up?
No, so we have toured with Standards. It was, I think we did like a shorter tour, California, West Coast. Mostly. We had a full U.S. tour booked this last summer, 2020.
That's what it is.
That was canceled by COVID, of course.
Gosh.
But that was set to be the biggest tour that both Standards and Rob Ford have ever done, and we were gonna hit like, I don't know, like 25 states or 30 states. It was crazy. But we're keeping our eyes on the future and hopefully make that happen another time.
Yeah.
But I think Rob Ford, I think we played the first Standards show in LA. And that was just like inspiring, to say the least. Standards just blew our minds, and no one was really there. It was such a cool lineup too. It was Plexus,
Oh wait, dude, I was
Matt?
at that show.
No way.
I was at that show. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, because my boy Matt DiBiase is from San Diego. Plexus Play. Shout out Matt. Plexus Play. Sometimes he cruises in here. Yeah. Oh wow.
I think that was the first Standards show, if I'm not mistaken, and that whole lineup was crazy. But
that's insane.
Yeah, that's where I met Marcos, from Standards, and we all hit it off. It was super fun. What was that venue called? I always forget the name of that venue.
I think it was called like The Venue.
Something like that.
It was something like literal like that. But yeah, that was downtown LA, super seedy spot.
Yeah.
It was like one of those spots where they say, don't park over there or your car will get broken into.
Yeah.
Type of spot.
Yeah.
So I wanted to maybe I have a couple videos queued up that we could check out. If anyone doesn't know Rob Ford Explorer, Google it. Go on Instagram, Rob Ford Explorer. Like the car, yes. And let me get this Chrome up here, and we're gonna peep out some of this Rob Ford Explorer. This is DiBiase, so killing, absolutely. Plexus Play, that guy. This is called Bad Boy, and this is filmed for Odd Times and Atmospheres and on the legendary Kindwin kit.
The legendary kit
that we all love.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that comment, Wesley. So I'm not hearing any sound.
You're not hearing this?
I'm not, but hopefully everyone else is.
Can you guys hear this? Let's see.
No feedback yet.
Maybe if I bring it in here? No, I don't think so. Dang, that's insane. I wish you could hear it.
It's all good as long as other people can.
Yeah, I hope people can hear it. Let's see.
Let's see what's
Can you hear it, Brandon?
No.
God dang.
Yeah, we can't hear. Yeah, is what people are saying.
Dang, y'all. So sorry. Very faint. That's probably because it's coming from my headphones. What the heck? This week is just the fun. Every fun thing that's going wrong this week is going wrong. A newer version of Loopback is already open. You can only want. That's so weird. Well, if you guys should check. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to can all those videos then.
It's all good. It's all good.
So yeah, why don't we talk about Rob Ford Explorer? Like, tell me yeah, exactly. Murphy's Law, Caleb. What up, bro? Everything that's gonna go wrong can go wrong today. I also just remembered that if Biden gives me a check for $1,400, it's going straight into a new computer this year. I'm gonna buy me that Mac Mini with the M1 processor. If you guys throw me an emoji for the M1 processor. Tell me about Rob Ford. How did you guys get started?
Totally. I was gonna say maybe it's a good thing that we don't watch it, and we could just talk, and if people feel inspired, you could check it out on your own. There's plenty of cool music out there if you're interested. So Rob Ford Explorer is a duo. It's myself on drum set and Cameron Sachs, the legend, on the guitar. Cameron and I met at UNR University of Nevada, around 2014, and
Yo,
he's a
can I
year.
try something real quick?
Sure,
Let me
sure,
just let me
sure.
just see if this works.
Okay.
Can you hear that? No, I can't. I can't hear that. All right.
It's okay.
Fuck
It's
it.
okay.
Never mind.
If you wanna take a minute and try to dial that in.
Nope,
Otherwise,
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit about how Cameron and I met. Cameron was is still obviously a guitarist, but studied guitar at UNR in the jazz program, as I studied drum set in the jazz program. And I actually, this is kind of funny. I did not pass music theory tonal Western harmony class. I had to retake it, so I got put back a year in that class. And Cameron's a year younger than me, so we met in that class. And he helped me. He helped kind of make sure I was going to pass that class. So part of me feels like we might not have ever jammed if I didn't had I passed that class. So that was kind of a funny lining of the stars that we got. We sat next to each other in that class, and he helped me out so much, making sure I knew my harmony, my Western harmony.
Mm-hmm.
So important. Not really, but so Cameron and I we became fast friends. I went over to his house, and we listened to Mars Volta, and just kind of hit it off with a lot of common interests. And Cameron showed me this band Hella. Is everyone here familiar with Hella?
Hella.
Of course.
Yeah, so I checked out Hella, and he was just kind of like, dude, this is my my all-time favorite band. And I was so inspired by it, and we got together, and Cameron showed me one of his songs, which was very in that vein. And I was so inspired by Zach Hill at that time. So we just kind of went off in like a practice room at UNR and just, wrote this song together. The song is on our first EP. It's called Fucky. It's the last song on that album, I think. So that was our first song. That was kind of our first experiment together, and probably the most challenging song we played ever to this day. But yeah, so we got one song together, and then we did a Hella cover. So we had these two songs that we could play together, and then we played a show. We played like this really weird talent show thing that was at this place in Reno called the Morris Burner Hotel. And it's literally a Burning Man hotel. Like people who when Burning Man ends, there's like a lot of people who are like homeless artists that don't know what to do. They don't have anywhere to go. So they live at the Morris Burner Hotel until the next Burning Man. And it's like the trippiest place in downtown Reno. Just little artist lofts.
Do they stay there for free? Is it funded by some outside investor or something?
I think so. I have no idea how they could make it work, but it's like this unbelievable place, and we got invited to perform there. So we just played two really extreme loud noise songs for all these old people, and these, it was so funny.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah, but that was our first show, and anyways, it was just the most fun. We had so much fun, and we knew we wanted to keep it going, and so we started looking for a band name and all that, and Rob Ford Explorer happened, and it's so cool to look back, and we've been doing it for 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
And it's been just a hell of an experience. We've played probably 1,000 shows and done just we played all over the world, and it's been really, really fantastic. And I think the duo thing is really, really I encourage it. If you have a friend or anything, it doesn't have to be guitar and drum set, but just to get together and see if you could make something happen with two people is so rewarding, and especially if you're looking to travel and tour. I think it's such a bonus to be able to just get in a car and say, hey, let's drive to San Francisco today, and like play a show, or like,
And that 50-50
uh,
split is way better than 25-25-25-25 split, or that
very
33
true.
33 33 split.
Totally,
You know,
totally. Yeah, so it's been so much fun, and we're still going. We just shot a video. I would love to share it, but it's not quite ready yet. But
sorry.
we just shot a live stream, or like a pre-recorded live stream concert that's going to be released in the next couple of weeks with the Holland Project, which is a local art and music venue here in Reno. A really important place.
Shout out Holland
Um,
Project. Yeah.
Shout outs, yeah. So
They're doing okay.
they're doing great. They own their building.
Like paid it off.
They paid it off, so
Whoa.
that spot is theirs, and they're doing okay.
That's amazing, man.
So
They don't have
that
any
is
rent.
like, I guess not. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I know that they own the spot.
Maybe only property
So
taxes or something. Dang.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
I mean,
super exciting.
they've done so well, and they've gotten so much support from the city of Reno and the community. So thankfully they're not going anywhere, which is so rad. Yes. Um, but yeah, Rob Ford has been one of my favorite musical endeavors that I've ever been a part of, and Cameron and I, we're always being, I respect him so much, and we both have such a mutual respect, and we always keep a dialogue open, and I think, there are so many reasons why we've been able to make it work, and it's been such an honor.
I think one of my favorite things about Cam is actually watching all the other guitar players watching Cam, because I mean, I think one of the things that I remember specifically is when Larry Kuntz walks up to Cam, and he says, "Cameron, man, that's so beautiful. Like, you can teach me some of that stuff, and like his playing is so unique." And I
Yeah.
think in this duo setting, like especially if you're when you have people like Hella under your belt of like your main influences, like it's super. It's so insane to watch him play, especially on just like a little Squire, like he does, and I mean,
Mhm.
and he owns that thing, It's
Yeah.
it's not about your gear, it's about your tone, and Cam doesn't use much, he gets a huge sound out of it, which is just, to me, is just so inspiring.
Totally. Yeah, that Larry Coons moment was just like, it was priceless.
That has to go full circle for Cam too. I wish he was
Oh
here.
yeah.
Where's Cam?
I know. I should have
Shout out Cam.
reminded him to jump in. But you should I'm sure he'll jump in another time.
Yeah, whoa, that's weird. What's
Yeah.
his name on Instagram?
Whoa, that's really bad.
Whoa,
I
that's
think.
really bad.
Something like that.
Shout out Cam.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the Rob Ford Noon concert. Yeah, that was totally full circle for Cameron, because he's been a Larry Coons fan since he was like a little kid.
Yeah.
And
Let's not even talk about porn stash Larry Kuntz though. Those
Yeah.
things, those videos are good.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. So yeah, thanks for bringing Rob Ford into the convo. That's definitely been a big part of my musical life over the last 5-6 years, and another silver lining of this whole pandemic situation is that I came home to Reno to kind of ride this storm out, and Cameron is here in Reno as well, so we've been able to mask up and get together and keep the music happening. So
Very
that's
cool.
been really, really cool.
I think that's a big silver lining, making sure you can still have that human interaction in any capacity.
Yep.
I think the pandemic was a big reason I started, or Brandon and I both started this. Was that not only just to meet people, but prior to starting this, Brandon and I had very limited interactions, but now we see each other every week, and I'm sure
Yeah.
Brandon can attest too that it's just so cool to get to know someone, even if it's over the internet.
I mean, it's like one of the only ways now. I mean, but it's cool because I feel like this whole remote shit influences people to connect with people all around the world now. Since
Mhm.
everybody's online, I mean, it's like, you can talk to anybody or anywhere in the world, and that's like super. it's almost like it's ironically connecting people even more, through the internet, and like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, having that connection that's like way broader,
Yeah.
like it's interesting because I don't know, it's crazy, it's crazy. I like you said, like you've been getting a lot out of the pandemic. I've been getting a lot more, like in terms of like connections out of the pandemic than I was
Hmm.
pre-pandemic, which is really weird to me. But I
To-
mean,
totally. That's a really good point.
yeah, it's like it was kind of like, okay, like all these people that are like look up to, respect, are like seeking me out now. But like it's funny because it's like pandemics going on, and like I'm like collaborating with people that I look up to now during the pandemic. It's just like the internet's crazy, and the internet like really has helped connect me with a lot of important people, new people too, and like just like seeing what we've done for like part of the drum, the the United States drum community. I think is really good. I think it's really amazing how we do have people tuning in every week, and we do have people inspired to record themselves for this stream, like just like you putting the video in. That means a lot because like people are literally getting excited because of what we're putting together, and they're contributing to the cause, and it's really amazing to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like it's a lot. It's a lot. Even though everyone's still at home, and you don't see it, but like you feel it. It's something's happening. Things are people are connecting, and
Absolutely, and that goes a big one out to everyone in the chat too for kicking it here. I know we're getting very very emotional. I'm getting a little emotional over here, but yeah, you guys have made the stream very uh what's the word, very very fun. You know, the
what
chat,
week is it?
Brandon and people
What
like
week?
Greg coming in.
What week is it? Like 10?
Oh man, this is episode. I believe this is episode. Well, I started labeling the episodes after the Tim episode, so this is episode 4.
Okay.
And dang, and I should have said that right up top. Welcome to the Drum String, episode 4 with Greg Lewis. Okay, good. I'll get that one in later.
Uh,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
the drum stream community is growing each week, man. Thank you all for being here and contributing and just being, you know.
Totally. And yeah, Faith, I totally agree. It's going to be a beautiful moment when we all come together in person again.
Mhm.
And Brandon, yeah, like you said, all these connections happening. I don't think it's going to stop. I think even when we get on the other side of this pandemic, it's still this kind of energy is still going to be there. Like we're gonna be back to playing shows and hanging in person, but also there's going to be this new like, oh, let me jump into the studio and record this thing and send it over to you, and we could keep this going too, keep this remote thing happening, because there's some amazing music and connections coming out of it. I think you made a really good point there.
yeah.
I was just imagining like years from now, or even like a year from now, like seeing a drum stream booth at a show, like
That's
seeing
what I was
like
just thinking about right
like
now.
a banner, and there's like merch, and like you guys are like just I have no doubt that the drum stream is gonna blow up.
Yeah, well, I'm curious too. Like, I mean, for all y'all in the chat too, like, would you ever be interested in like in some merch if we put it out? Like, I feel like too, like, a lot of people, random people, are making just merch that aren't bands, you know, and we're not really a band. We're more of a community. But if y'all are into merch, like, that'd be something that we would certainly be into making. I know I'm gonna start making drum stream coffee mugs here. Merch, please. You got it, guys. Um,
Yeah, merch would be sick. I think I wanted to also convey that post-pandemic, um, it would be really nice to, I don't know, like I mean, it could be crazy. It could be a booth somewhere. It could be a booth at Nam. It could be in a we could throw events, drum events or drum shows, or throw sheds, like,
mm-hmm.
and we can do this all over the states. You know what I'm saying? We could it could
Absolutely.
be. could be mobile. It could be, it's like,
The
like
drum stream tour.
me and Matt can be like, yo, let's go, let's meet in New York and do it because we got to do an event. It could be a
Mm-hmm.
lot. I don't know. It feels like the momentum is building while the pandemic is closing. So it feels like an intertwining of like, it feels like it's leading up to something, right? And that's like what is awesome about this stream because it's good even though everyone's in their solidarity, they're in their own solitude. It's nice to feel like it's not all for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
when you're like just by yourself and you're just dreaming and nothing's really happening, it can be tough.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like a form of media that lets people tune in and interact and be people.
Yeah,
Like
Mm-hmm.
actually be people. It's like we're at a coffee shop talking about whatever. You know.
absolutely. It's a
Yeah.
big old community conversation. We got some good merch ideas here, you guys. The
Yeah.
black tees, sweaters with Matt and Brandon's face. I'm kind of into that one.
I really like that idea.
Drum stream long sleeve tee. Ooh, that'd be good. Drum stream shed session is gonna fuck. That's what I'm talking about. Drum stream beanies. Drum stream cloth to put on drums. That's a great idea. The
Mm.
drum stream jumpsuit. The drum stream romper. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Dang, you guys are super into this. I love it.
Wow.
I wanted to say something about your story, Greg, about you staying at Cal Arts for what was it, a week?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the story, but I lived at Cal Arts for like 10 days. With
Matt mentioned that to me. That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was really funny. Dakota invited me, and he had come to Texas to make music. That's
Yeah.
the summer before he got into Cal Arts. So October 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And like, oh man, I just remember getting off the plane, arriving LAX, getting my and I with my cymbals and my back backpack and my clothes, right? And he just picks me up and we just go off, and then we get to the campus and I'm like, I don't know, it felt like something out of a movie or something. And
Yeah.
then we go to his dorm, we chief it up a little bit, and then he's like, "Oh, so we're gonna go to a class. You want to come?" So we went. I went to a music theory class, and it was, I don't know, I was just like so mesmerized. I don't know. It was just like, okay, I'm this random kid from Texas in this like class of like people that I don't know, and everyone's like, I don't know. It was just like it was super crazy.
Yeah.
It was like
I
a movie, man.
totally. And I never felt like, there was ever a vibe like that I didn't belong or something. Like nobody minded, that I was sitting in on all these classes and, I'll never forget Kindwin invited me to the tabla class. She's like, "Are you coming to tabla?" I went,
Isn't that intimidating at first?
should I?
Wasn't that intimidating as fuck?
I was so scared. And Swapanji was there, the guru, the legend. And I told Kindman, I was like, I've never touched a tabla drum. I don't want to go like into this class right now. And she was like, okay. And she gave me like a 15-minute lesson, taught me like da din din da, And I went into the class and I had tabla in front of me. It was the beginning class, and I was trying to play along, and Swapan's looking at me like kind of funny. And I just said, I'm just visiting. I think I want to apply here. If you don't mind, I sit in. And he looks at me like dead in the eyes and he goes, "You will learn."
You would
Like
learn.
he was,
Yeah.
"You will learn." Like he was so the confidence he gave me in that moment of no, like you will learn this like right now, And I learned in one day. I learned so much from him. And that was just like one of the like hundreds of like amazing moments I had that week.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was, like I said, it was at that moment where I was like, I'm going to go here. I'm gonna make this happen. So, thank you, Matt, for all your help. Getting me get me prepared, to apply and all that. But Brandon, that's super cool that you had a similar experience.
Man, have I ever told you guys my first Cal Arts experience?
No.
It was 2010, and I didn't end up going there until 2017. But I went for the Halloween party, and it was lit. It was I was probably 22, and I showed up at the Halloween party. And this is the first year I donned the banana costume. For anyone that doesn't know about me and the banana costume, that is my only costume I wear at Halloween. If you search, go to my YouTube, search up "I'm a banana." I made a made a funny
So
music video about it, and yeah, just me, the banana. My friend Wade, whose girlfriend was going there, got me the +1 with her friend, and we all went, and yeah, dude, it was a wild time, and but I knew right when I walked in. I'm sure Brandon and Greg, you both know this. Like, you walk into the spot and you instantly feel the vibe. It's like it's almost indescribable, but you can feel an energy in that spot. Banana Laffy Taffy. Yeah, and what's that?
That was like the best one, the best flavor of Laffy Taffy.
Remember parties, guys? Yeah, I remember parties. Well, hey, wow, yeah, the chat is going off. Let's also remind everyone that person with the best chats interaction, keeping the chat fire, is gonna win what, Greg? What did Canopus give us?
We got some lanyards, some
Hey.
beautiful black with the red logo for your keys, for your drum key, for your stack rings, whatever you want to use. Use it to organize your stack percussion. No, but we're gonna get some lanyards out in the mail, shipped to your home. So thank you. We got a lot of gracious people hanging today. So cool to see new and old friends in the chat. And
Yeah.
thanks for hanging with us. We'll do that toward the end.
Yeah, we'll do that at the end, and it's
Cool.
important to mention that Greg's gonna just pick someone in the chat. It's nothing, no entry like we did last week with the Google form. So just be nice. Don't spam the chat, but you know what I'm talking about.
Wesley's calling me a capper right now.
Cat banana is the best.
Like cat, banana is not the best Laffy Taffy.
What is the best Laffy Taffy flavor?
It's either got to be banana or strawberry.
I mean, if I had to pick one for the rest of my life, I'd probably pick that strawberry.
Ooh.
I don't know, dude. You guys like Mambas?
What are Mambos?
Mamba candy?
I don't know, Mamba.
You never got down with Mamba? Damn, throw an emoji in the chat if you got down with Mambas from 7-Eleven, all right? I think Mambas were like they're like now and laters but softer.
No,
Yeah, look it
Mambas are tight. Yeah, they're low key, but they're tight.
Yeah.
They're tight.
It's like Haichu.
It's like before Haichu.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yum.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chocolate Rains in the house. Saul won the snack pack. I believe. Yeah, Saul won last week. Heck yeah. He's won
So
the surprise giveaway.
Greg, I wanted to ask you something.
Sure.
I wanted to say, what is like the whole cannabis thing? How did that start? How were you introduced to the drums? What's it like communicating with the company, and what do they offer? Do they offer any? What kind of custom things do they offer for you? And that's
Sure.
what I wanted to. Because I
Yeah.
feel like it's interesting, kind of tuning into like what the process of dealing with companies and like drums and like, because I feel like
Totally.
not many people, you don't just know what it's like right off the back. You kind of have to be introduced to
Yeah.
that realm of like dealing with a company, getting custom drums, or like getting endorsed. It's kind of like
Yeah.
abstract unless you're there.
Totally. And I'm still quite new to the cannabis family, but it's been a really welcoming and warm environment so far. Everyone's been really, really cool. I was introduced to the drums in 2017. They've been around for a little while now. I think even since the 90s. But they're really starting to take off with all these amazing new drums they're putting out. But I went to New York in 2017. I just kind of planned a trip, went out there for a month to take some lessons and see some music. And I started seeing the Canopus kit around, you know, at all the clubs, at Smalls. There's a Canopus kit that
The red
Ari,
one?
the red one, you know, that Ari plays, that everyone plays on, and I was like, whoa, that's sick. And then I went to this kind of music uh, little camp. I don't know what you call it. It's called SIM, School of Improvisational Music. It's like a week long course where you could take master classes and lessons and stuff with a lot of really amazing people. But they had a Canopus house kit at the school. So whoa, there's another, and it was another red, you know, bop kit, and I'm like, this kit is so cool, and it sounds so good. So I started seeing them around. People had them all over the city, and I was just kind of intrigued at, you know, how good they sounded. So, you know, a couple years later, just this last summer, a good friend of mine, Brandon Guerra, shout outs to Brandon Guerra.
Shout out, Brandon.
We got to get him on this chat. He's fantastic drummer and Op1 and Chill curator. He's also a legendary DCI snare drummer.
What?
Like center snare, Santa Clara Vanguard 2011, but he marched Phantom Regiment. Like he's got like a bunch of, he's crazy. Anyways, Brandon is like a legendary OP1 OP1 musician, and he recently endorsed Canopus, and he posted some photos of it, and I was like, dude, congrats, that's amazing, you know. And then I called him up and I just went, you know, I've been on the market for a new drum set, and I've been interested in Canopus, and I kind of had this thought like, well, if I'm going to invest in a new kit, maybe I should approach the company and just say what's up. So I hit up Brandon, and he hooked me, or he, like, you know, kind of like introduced me to one of his reps through email. And they said, yeah, like, if you're interested in becoming an endorser, just fill this out. And so I filled it out, you know, and I sent them a bunch of links to what I've been working on. And, you know, they got back to me and said, yeah, if you want to be a part of the team, you're welcome to. And I was just, it was kind of that simple, you know, just having a friend that was willing to introduce me, and, you know, I've been working, you know, super hard on my music and my drumming for a long time. So I felt like the timing was kind of right for me to approach a company about an endorsement. And it also, you know, I really was like in the market, like I need to get a drum kit, you know? So I was kind of like, I'm going to get a Canopus kit one way or another. And I was so grateful that they were willing to help me out, you know, bring me into the team, and the discount is really, really nice. And they're willing to do whatever you want. If you know, custom drums, they have so many different kinds of woods, and, you know, the bearing edges and hoops, and, you know, hardware and snare. They make some incredible snare wires. So, you know, once I kind of signed the contract, they sent me a huge pamphlet with like the discount and like what I can, you know, specifics of what I can do, different kinds of drum kits. And I spent like a month just like, you know, just delving. It was so intense, like trying to come to a decision on what to get. But Electric Louis Land.
Electric Lakeefer emoji.
Woo! I love that stream.
That's my boy Louis. Louis,
Oh.
if you you know, not to interrupt, but Louis got a sick stream every Monday night. In which
Yes,
he brings
it's
in,
so sick.
He brings in super sick bands. What up, Lou?
Thanks for joining us. So yeah, you know, they sent out, you know, a kind of like the rundown of what's possible, and I had a little like back and forth email about, can I do this, can I do that, you know, and I picked out this. It's called the RFM Reinforced Maple. You know, I've never had a maple kit. I've always wanted a maple kit. I always wanted a 20-inch bass drum, 20 by 14, or 20 by 15 actually. Super cool, kind of unique size there. But I guess the moral of the story is, you know, that it was just kind of timing, and having some connections, kind of having an in, I feel confident that maybe if I didn't have my friend, I still maybe could have, found a way to approach them about it. But if there's a company that you're into and you want to be a part of the team, I think there's no harm in filling out an endorsement application, and just seeing what happens. And, worst case scenario, maybe it doesn't work out, but you meet somebody there that, that can become a new connection for you or a new friend. So Canopus is awesome. Like I said, I've been communicating with these people in Tokyo who have been really, really sweet and really cool. And they were cool enough to promote this live stream.
Yeah, they
so
were.
That was super cool. And we got some lanyards coming out this afternoon. So
do you know how many
that.
lanyards you have?
I'm not sure.
At least one.
But at least one,
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a little chat question. This is an interesting question because just in case anyone doesn't know. So I found out snare wires influencing sound. Duh. Does that mean you can change them like guitar strings? You change the whole set. You don't change individual snare wires like like you would a guitar string. But I think I don't know. Do you guys like? I never really got into like changing my snare wires except, I sometimes would buy like some pure sounds, like if I had like a stock snare from a kit, like that I just got, just to make it a little snappier.
Yeah.
But I've heard, I remember when we had Forrest on, he was talking about he had like a 20 wire snare wire on the bottom of his snare, and I'm like, whoa, like I've seen people that have like different, you can do different snare. You can do like snare wires plus some felt, or like strings, like the classical percussion snares have like multiple multiple snare throws or snare clutches, or what do you want to throw offs? Multiple snare throw offs that lift up certain amounts of wires. Sometimes the classical wires only have like 6 or 8 snare wires. 42 wire on a 14x3. Damn.
Woo.
Dude, Zuma, did you hear about the Pi snare drum from DW? 3.14 inches deep. All right, for all the math rockers out there,
Amazing.
42 snares. That is insane. I want a picture of that. Send us a DM of that. What's that?
I used to have one of those.
Dang.
Super cool.
That's like this big, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for that follow, Tinknu.
I prefer those. I prefer those. I need to get one again.
Like a big one?
Yeah, I just feel like they just sound better. I mean, well, I don't know. It's all preference, right? I'm not trying to say anything.
Yeah.
But
you're talking about getting new wires?
Or just the 42 strand.
Oh yeah.
Like
totally. I mean that's like, that'll give you just an even snarier sound, like the more it seems
this one
obvious,
right here.
but
it's like a 20 snare pure sound. 14
that's
inches.
the classic.
Classic. Let's switch them out. I don't know. And this one was the stock one, which probably has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. So I don't know, just 4. I mean, apparently 4 more makes a difference. So they call this the blaster from Pure Sound.
Yeah, it really does make a difference, though. If you have a stock snare and one of your snare wires is kind of bent wrong or something, like you put a fresh set of wires on there, it's gonna change your whole sound. And I've seen snares that just sound terrible, get completely revamped with a new set of wires. So yeah, Faith, if you're not liking your snare sound, or anyone out there, think about maybe investing in like a different set of snare wires, or get a bigger amount of wires, like Brandon was just talking about, give you a whole different sound.
Yeah, exactly. Put new snare wires on, you'll have a new snare. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
and I don't know, what do you guys think about the bottom head on snares too, like the
regular ambassador? Like I put I don't like to put the snare ambassador because it's kind of weird. I've broken a lot of batter snare heads before I actually break the batter head, just because like I hit hard on rock gigs, right, or like fusion gigs, and snare will like eat at the I like a ambassador clear,
Straight
just
up.
like a just an ambassador clear, like a regular ambassador clear.
What about you, Greg?
Yeah, either that or I guess the hazy, is
The
the
Evans
classic.
Hazy? That's the one I
Yeah,
use too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been messing with it though. I had an amazing tuning lesson with Joe LaBarbera the
No
other
way.
day.
What do you say?
Well, you know how you gotta tighten the lugs like next to the that are like right on the snare strands a little bit more.
No.
Yeah,
Tell me why.
you have to
Oh,
crank those like an extra turn. I don't know. He was very like
that's so old school. You know,
I
he's
know it
like,
was
this is
amazing.
how it's done, Greg. I do it for life.
Yep, yep, yeah, definitely. He was
um,
very passionate about that.
yo,
But yeah, that was
techno,
cool.
as far as your
They do
Gretsch
get
Blackhawk
looser.
snare. What's that?
They do get looser, faster.
Sure.
The ones by the snare strand.
So they vibrate quicker.
Yeah, they're taking all the shock from the vibration. They're right there.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
makes sense. That makes
Um,
sense.
techno, I would definitely, if you want a small snare, I probably wouldn't use a 10 inch as a main, but definitely as like a little popcorn side snare. Like those are fun. I used to have a Gretsch, like a Catalina Birch 10-inch snare,
Mm.
which was really weird. I sold it years ago, but I used it like I had a funny cajon kit set up where I had the cajon bass drum pedal, and I had that 10-inch snare attached to a hi hat stand,
Mm.
and and it worked. And I actually had another boom arm on the hi hat stand for a little ride cymbal. It was probably the most like yeah, I don't know, like you could tip it one way and the whole thing would collapse, but if you put it in just the right spot, it would sit. It was fun.
Super cool.
Yeah, yeah. Busking for it it's a great drum for it. I mean, I think your tuning range too is a bit limited, but all the more power to you. Maybe if we make some sweet drum stream cloths to put on top of that 10-inch snare drum, it might sound sick too.
You know what's
Mm.
funny? It's funny how much more expensive a fucking snare could be compared to a kit. That's what's really funny.
Yeah, think about like that drum, that piccolo snare we were talking about earlier was like $600 to $800, and you can get a whole Catalina kit for $450. You know,
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. My snare that's coming in that one is 850.
that's fucked. That's insane.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful though.
Oh
It's
yeah.
one of a kind snare. You know.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about CNC that I love, because it's like my kit with shipping and the snare, which is a 14 by 5 single flange poplar mahogany. The whole kit came out to about 3175, right? And it's like it sounds as just as good as, like, in my opinion, like, because I tuned it up and it sounds just as good as like a Gretsch, like one of those Gretches,
Mhm.
like the high end Gretsch bop kits.
Yeah.
But I get all the customizable ability.
Sure.
It's like getting a really nice kit, but you can also like customize the shit out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. We I don't know. I've never tried just on the chat here. Never tried making a suitcase kick drum, but there are. It's total. I've seen it done. And it sounds really good. For like I've seen people do that in like the subway, where like the dude has his whole all his stands, like old school stands, in the suitcase, and then he takes them all out, puts it up, and it's ready to go. Um, the A&F and Sugar percussion snares, the dream. Yeah, A&F kits are expensive as heck. The Sugar,
ANF is here.
what's that?
ANF is in Austin.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
my friend. I think my friend works production there.
Yo, what up, 40 hands? Yo,
Oh,
thoughts on
goddamn.
Odery kit? What's the Odery kit?
Or Odery is they're kind of a low key brand, but they make really crazy cocktail bop kits. So like we're talking about 14-inch bass drum, 10-inch rack,
Got it.
13-inch um like or 12-inch floor tom and
Uh
12
huh.
snare.
Dang. Oh, I've seen that. Okay, now I see those kits. Yeah, those are cool. I mean, I've been like the biggest fan of small drums like my whole life. My first kit, I had a 16 by 16, 10 by 8, and you know, 14 by 14 or something. It was just one of those small kits, and I had it for like 5 years before I got like a real PDP.
What kit was it?
It's this custom guy in San Diego. His name was Dave Page. He had a whole wire tension tuning. So
Oh wow.
it was definitely a weird kit, and I never changed the heads on it because if I had to change the heads, I had to like take all the wires off. It's like doing a tabla, Greg. Like I had to like tune the wires and go up and down around the lugs, and you screw one up, you screw them all, So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that wasn't the kit for me. But then I got the PDP, some entry level PDP. But after that, I have my big kit. I have this pork pie custom kit, which is good.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Yo,
man.
Dan Mayo and Brody Simpson. I see Mayo drummer in the chat. Both Dan and Brody Simpson play the ANF kit, and they're like my two favorite Instagram drummers.
Dude,
right
bro,
now.
that guy Brody Simpson, that fool has the biggest pocket I've ever seen, man.
It's like unbelievable.
And all those
Just-
ANF drums sound so good. I don't know where he's recording that and all the gear he's putting it through, but his
Yeah.
mixes on my phone are solid.
I know, it's unbelievable.
Right. Justin here, I sold my IMJ Square 94 is my boy Justin from San Diego, and I sold him at least 2 of my kits. I see that Safari hanging up on the wall though on all your videos, bro. Got to bust that thing back out. I love that Safari bass drum. Not to mention Justin let me borrow his Ludwig Club Date reissue for a while. That was really fun.
Mm.
Yeah,
I like the Sonar SQ2. Have you played that?
Is that a little drum set too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one's really good.
super cool.
It's a little bit more. It's not the little Sonar, because the Sonar makes that kit.
The
I guess
Safari.
it's the jungle kit, right? Where it has the
Yeah.
super funny ass deep rack tom.
Mm-hmm.
This looks goofy. This one's kind of like more proportionate. It looks like a sized down bob kit. That the Gretsch came out with a sized down bob kit too, which is like, it's basically a similar ratio of like a 18 by 14, 12 by 8, 14 by 14, but sized down. So like it's like 16 by 12 bass drum,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
10 by 7, and then Mark Juliana has a video on it. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just a big fan too of like piecing together my own kits. I don't know if you guys
Totally.
the Franken kits, kind of like, I don't know, it's been my style for a long time. And
Yeah.
but I mean, there's something about a matching kit that's like, it's really nice with the matching snare, and it's like, man, I think, there was one time where, when you're a working musician, you play a bunch of gigs for corporate stuff sometimes, and I'm always a little hesitant to bring the kit that I play because of how it. I mean, I get a lot of comments about like, man, I love your Franken kit, and they already know the name because it's like this pieced together like hodgepodge of
Yeah.
drums, but
But it sounds exactly how you want it to sound.
every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I
but-
totally agree with that. Like, having a matching kit is like useful when you're playing like a corporate gig for sure. But like, yeah, I've been a fan of just mix and matching whatever I've got laying around for a long time.
Yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah.
I guess now's a good time, just on the lull here, to remind everyone in the chat here about our weekly challenge. Woo!
Mhm.
The weekly challenge this week. I want you all to post a 7/4 groove, tag the drum stream 740, submit it by next week. The winner will be selected on next week's stream as we watch everyone's stuff. And this Chops prize is a set of Smith percussion. That's me, Kos. But those are these. But since I have these and I've never used them before, I'm also gonna throw in these Pure Sounds, 20 strand Pure Sounds. So a little bit
Wow.
more incentive for people that don't want to use Kos. So y'all in the chat are hearing it first, about to get in on that drum challenge. Hell yeah, Lou. All you have to do is submit a 7/4 groove. tag the Drumstream 740. Subscribe to us here on Twitch as well, or follow. We got one more follower earlier. It says we have 83, but I'm on good authority that we have 93 followers. That's like 10 off. So we're working to get 7 more today. Make sure you guys and gals and people, theys and thems in the chat that we. It's really cool if you guys, if each and every one of you could tell a drummer about this stream that happens every Tuesday, 12 noon PST, and that'd really help us get the name out here, but also keep the stream going. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So Greg, I think it might be a good time, man. We're at the last quarter of the show. Like to invite everyone to ask Greg a question that hasn't yet if they need to, but also we're proving it out here, like as Louis says, and I think it might be a good time to maybe think about it. Maybe think about choosing your winner. Maybe we can do that with 5 minutes left, but it's okay. Time. If you haven't shown your face in the chat yet, make sure you get that out because Greg's watching.
Totally. I think got a lot of good people hanging with us today. It's been really a pleasure.
Yeah.
So
I have some rapid fire questions for you though, Greg, just for all the drum stuff to get it out of there.
Sure.
So, what are your favorite cymbals?
Ooh, I have to go with Istanbul Agop signature.
They come again. Yeah. Okay, what is your favorite sticks right now?
Right now, Vic Firth 5A wood tip.
Standard. And what heads are you rocking on your kit right now?
I am rocking the stock Remo. I think they're Ambassador heads, one ply. But I also got those Remo clear Emperors as well that I've been rocking as well.
And
so Remo, yeah.
And what's your favorite non-musical hobby?
I really enjoy going outside on hikes and walks and jogs and
nature
things
boy
like that. Just nature, getting the blood flowing.
Yeah. Cam's got a question here. What other musician? Oh, what inspires you music-wise that isn't music? What up, Hia? Woo!
Actually, just what I was talking about,
Austin
getting outside. I'm inspired for sure by like my surroundings, by the beautiful northern Nevada landscape that I am surrounded by. I find a lot of inspiration in nature and in life.
And can you give us like maybe something all to practice? What's something that you're practicing that if you were to maybe to give us a little taste, what would you practice right now?
Just a quick practice. You know what? I would say practicing to a metronome, but not with the metronome on the downbeats. Put it on the upbeat somewhere.
Yeah.
That's like we've all like, tried it, but how deep can you go with that? Can you put it on the second partial of the triplet, and then switch to the third partial of the triplet? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just doing displacement exercises has been really fun for me lately, and as I'm studying Indian music and trying to apply it to the drum set, that's been a really helpful practice for me. So give it a shot.
Booyah. How has the OP1 influenced your workflow? This is for Faith, looking into doubling synth and drum stuff.
It has changed my workflow completely, getting an OP1 or just getting a piece of electronic gear if you don't own one.
Do you feel like it's more the sequencer that's helped out in the long run? Because I know you use a lot of the sequencers on
all
the
the time.
Yeah,
I know. I was like looking back at some of my like videos, and I'm like, man, I love that sequencer. I use the OP1 for all kinds of things, but the sequencer has been really fun, especially for doing live performance and stuff like that, because I can just get loops going, change the metric rate, I guess, so that I can practice doing modulations and things like that. But the sequencer has been amazing. The OP1 can do a million things, but really just having it here on my desk next to me has changed my workflow completely, because I can, I could take it on the road and just go, I could be on an airplane or sitting by the river or wherever I am, and I have the OP1 with me.
And you're really quick on it.
Yeah,
how's the workflow of like getting to that your quickness of it? I think that's the most intimidating part about it. Is like people don't know.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I've learned about it is that everyone kind of finds their own way around it. I have a friend who just got one and immediately taught me something on it that I didn't know. So it is a little intimidating at first, but there's a lot of resources out there. Red Means Recording is a YouTube page where
I love that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
He's a teenage engineering like god.
Yes, exactly. And Mason Self and a lot of people that have a lot of helpful videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just don't be don't let it intimidate you. Just delve into it. And that goes for any instrument.
Perfect. And it's nice to note too that company Teenage Engineering also makes the pocket operator, which I have. Like I'm looking at 5 pocket operators in front of me right now.
Yeah.
So
totally.
the pocket operators are just as fun as the OP1 and a lot cheaper for that matter. But I think the price point of the OP1 is also intimidating. But it is, if you're gonna use it, it's a DAW, it's a synth, it's a recording thing, it's an everything. So whatever you want it to be, and everything and more, I think.
Totally.
We got a very specific question. How do you guys feel about Peisty 900s?
I've actually never played those cymbals.
Same.
They look beautiful, and I mean, hearing them on Instagram and YouTube, they sound sick. But I haven't had the pleasure to play them yet.
Wow, that is. I've never been. I haven't really been ever into Peisties. I started looking at Peisty as soon as the Master Series came out.
Yeah.
But I haven't gone over. It's funny, we had Effa on last week, and Effa sold all his Peisties and went to Istanbul.
There you go.
I swear.
No, I love. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Just every drummer man's coming on. It's like, yeah, Istanbul.
Check this. Check out this cymbal. 1 second.
Oh yeah, simple demo. Andy Prado. Yeah. Andy Prado's. He's a Peisty dude. What's that?
This is Rude. This is the 3000 Rude.
Oh no, the Rude.
Check it out.
I
got this as a gift when I was a kid from my uncle, and it's this 16-inch Crash Ride, and I've destroyed it, but I use it as a hi-hat now with another broken 16-inch cymbal that I have, and this thing sounds so sick. I like the Rude series Peisty cymbals a lot. They're pretty crazy sounding, really, really heavy.
Yeah, they're thick guys for sure.
Yeah, totally.
I have a really weird modded Peisty Rude cymbal. Must have been cut down from a 12-inch. My guy Nathan Hubbard made it, and he cut it into 3 different sections. So it's almost gamelan sounding, where you can hear like ding, 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 and
wow.
you hear 3 of them at the same time, put up to a microphone with some grain saturation and some reverb, and your ears are floating.
Super cool.
Hurting my ears looking at that. Yeah, it looks like a shark bit off that cymbal, bro.
Yep.
Well, sick. Let's Greg, let's pick a winner. I think it's
Sure.
about that time. I still need to get a drum roll on my soundboard here.
Totally. It's been super cool hanging with everyone. Thank you all for your comments. I think Faith should get the lanyard. Faith has been hanging. Had lots of great questions, lots of great emojis thrown into the chat. Emojis I haven't seen in a while, so that was nice. Yeah, so let's go with Faith. If you want to send your address to the Drumstream DM, then we'll get a lanyard to your door.
Yeah, we got it. Faith proving it all day. Yo, Faith is stoked. Heck yeah, Faith.
Shout outs to Cam, shout outs to Wesley, all the homies that are hanging today. A lot of great conversations, though. You're all amazing people.
Yeah, 40
Thank
hands,
you so much.
810, Caleb, Carson, Commander Root, Deadhead Bearman. Yeah, what up? Oh, thanks for that donation, Jules.
Jules, thank you so much. Always appreciate your support. Thank you for hanging.
Lil Delira, Ohia, Rubber Slayer, Sad Girl, Tech New, Thicker. That's a good one. Twitch details. Wonder who that is. Zuma, Wes. Thanks y'all for being here. Let's make sure to round out this stream with the fun stuff. Remember since Jules brought it up.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a donation button in our About section of our Twitch page. Be great for y'all to donate to that. Keep the lights on here. Make sure we can maybe we can get a subscription to Streamlabs and do a sicker overlay in these clouds. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much for this week. Let's give a big round of applause for Greg. Greg, this was really fun. And
this was such a blast. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, and this is such an amazing hang. I'll definitely, I'll be back, but I hope everyone comes back as often as we can, because this is so important and such a beautiful new community. So thank you guys for doing this.
And next week we're gonna have our guy and winner of the Badum Trophy, Preston Harper, on the stream next week. Preston is really one of my favorite drummers in his own right, and we'll be judging your 7/4 challenges, which is right here. Love that sound. The Drum Stream Challenge. Post your favorite 7/4 groove. Tag the Drum Stream 740. Submit by next week. You will win some of my cost and a Pure Sound snare wires. Pretty dang incentivizing, if you ask me. Anyone wants to get in on that, come through, tag it up. And I don't think I have anything. I'm about to get my 7 on. Let me see that, Lou. Prove it, bro. Okay, I think that's about a good time as ever to round it out. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being a part of the fun here on the Drum Stream. Tune in next week. If you're not following us on Twitch, please do that now, and help us get to 100. We got a donation bar in the About section, and that is gonna be it, y'all.
Yes, thank you again. Hey, I just want to say, Brandon, super great to hang with you as well. I know we haven't had the pleasure in person, but this is one of those beautiful quarantine moments where I feel like I've made a new friend. So thank you.
Yeah, of course, yeah, man. You too.
I can't wait to hear those drums. They look and sound amazing already. But good luck with everything, and with that snare, I can't wait to hear it.
Dude, yeah, man. You too. Good luck with all your ventures and all your recording work that you got going on right now.
Thank you. And Matt, as always, let's keep the conversation going.
Oh yeah, bro. We gotta get Dage Tete in there.
Yes, keep your eyes peeled for a little duet between Matt and I coming in the future.
We're 50% done.
Yeah,
50%
totally.
done. The last 50 is hard, so
yeah,
we'll get that going. All right, y'all.
Definitely.
Let's if you two want to hang on the Zoom for a sec, I'm gonna stop streaming and then we can wrap up. Thanks, y'all, and I'll see everybody later. Okay.